Hello, Leo, and welcome to November 2025 Tarot Card Reading. We're just going to get started with your reading. We'll grab a few cards to get started and get a sense of the energy for November. Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Four of Wands. All right, so we got a little story here, and let's take a look at that. So I like the Four of Wands right away because we know that when the sun is touring your domestic zone, your fourth house, and Four of Wands is a lot of fourth house activity. It's celebrations, family, home, that type of thing. And of course, holidays are coming up right at the end of this month, and then we're going to roll into December. So your home life's going to be really busy. The sun touring there, and also when Venus, meets up with the sun the next day. So, this is going to be a really good harmonious vibe for you and your family. So I like it. But we have a couple of things here that we're going to have to talk about before we get there. And I think I should start off with Mercury being retrograde. So there's a lot of retrograde going on this month. Mercury, for sure, starts on the 4th and ends the 29th. So basically the whole month is a wash of Mercury retrograde. And we know that Mercury is, supports the air signs, and the swords are air signs. So there's some confusion, right? There's some stalemates. There's some wait and see. There's like confusion. And the same thing here over the Eight of Swords. So, we have to prepare for it, miscommunications, missed schedules, missed appointments, calls not being returned, things not being delivered, that's going to happen. So then we have Saturn in Pisces being retrograde till the end of the month, so the 27th. Neptune in Pisces until December 10th is retrograde. Uranus is retrograde November 7th through February in Taurus. So that's going to be a big thing. And then we have Jupiter, which also is retrograde in Cancer. Now, on top of it all, we are experiencing here in the Northern Hemisphere, our daylight savings time is changing. And what we usually say when we turn our clocks back to remember which direction to turn our clocks, because we do that twice a year, once in spring, once in fall, we say we fall back to remember which direction to turn our clocks. At least I do. And so there's something about that, right? That fall back, mentality is really a retrograde energy. We're going to take some time. We're going to take some time back. We're going to go back. And that's really what the universe is asking from us all right now. We're all going to have to take some time and just deal with some of these confusing times, these missed messages and missed, opportunities, right? Now, I will say that there's going to be a new moon on the 20th, and that's also going to be great because you're going to start gathering with your friends and, in your circle, and, so there is some things to look forward to. This Ace of Cups is literally your cup runneth over, and I'll tell you why. I think what I said with Venus meeting up with the sun in your fourth house of home and family, your cup is literally going to runneth over. This is love and harmony and joy, right? And that's what the Ace of Cups indicates, a very joyful, uplifting, emotionally enriching time for you. So, Leo, this doesn't look bad for you at all, the way the planets are lined up for you specifically. So let's get some additional guidance here and see what else we can find out for this month for you. Okay, there we go. Two of Cups, the Moon, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, and the Tower. So that's interesting. So we have a different type of situation kind of progressing here. And when we're really concentrating on home and family up here. It gets a little bit more personal with your one-on-one relationships here. And that's what the Two of Cups indicates. Now, the Two of Cups is typically, well, it's typically your one-on-one relationship. And I want to bring up Pluto, which I didn't really talk about, because Pluto's out of bounds right now, and it's in Aquarius, which means it's hitting your 7th house of relationships. And Pluto out of bounds means it's unrestrained. He's he's not following the sun's path. He's not following you, because the sun is your ruler. So he's really not following the sun's path. Therefore, he's not going to be influenced by the sun, again, you, because your ruler's the sun. Instead, he's free to express himself however he wants. And you see this tower down here. And this is a little bit of destruction. This is a little bit of a power struggle. This is totally Pluto, Leo. So there's something going on in a one-on-one relationship where, with Pluto being out of bounds in your 7th house of relationships, is causing some of this disturbance, some of this control. It's going to be transformative, though, because really that's what Pluto is, right? So some of you already know, perhaps, because it's on the other side of this moon. The moon might be the catalyst for something like that, because we know that there's a full moon happening in Taurus, and that's on the 5th. But it's really going to be more about your family. And maybe this is that one-on-one relationship, in your family. And it's going to shine a light on something. But we also know there is another new moon coming at the end of the month on the 20th. So there is some change coming your way. And I do believe that Pluto's power is showing up here on your one-on-one relationships. And understand that expressing his energy unbothered by the celestial forces means that this might just, come up out of the blue for you. I know that Uranus is like the unexpected, surprising, we didn't see it coming type of planet, but Pluto can be that way too. So something is coming up that's going to surprise you and maybe take you back a little bit, because again, there's a little bit of, tearing down to rebuild up. And so that's what I have. Let's see if we can get some additional clues here from your spirit guides. Cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting, because you see the Page of Pentacles is looking over here at this Two of Cups on the other side of this union. And according to your spirit guides, you are going to be busy cultivating prosperity, taking this opportunity, this pentacle opportunity, this financial opportunity, looking over here at this and cultivating something. Now that means that you have to make room for it. And so something in this relationship is coming down. That's what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you all balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.